Hello. Hey. Oh no, today, no. No. I got a lot to talk about today. I got a lot to talk about today, so it's gonna be a. I have had like the last week has been whatever. The last 4 days have been hellacious. Today, I can't even explain to you how many bad things went wrong today. Like if it at one point it was so bad, my friend actually started laughing at me because like it was unbelievable how much bad luck one person could have in a day, and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to remember all of it because there was just that much. Like not even kidding. So my husband finds out basically on his birthday, which was 5 days ago, that his job is they're shutting the doors. Okay. So because we had found out that they were doing that they were going to shut down for 2 weeks in April. We were already stressing about that. And then they had to turn in the scanners on the third. He found out about that. Well, the fourth he goes in. I don't think I've been live since then. And if I have, maybe if you guys have heard this, I'm sorry, but whatever. We're gonna go through it anyways. So he finds out the next day that the parent company bought his company and they're shutting the doors. They still haven't had the official meeting, and the last day is 3 weeks away. They still haven't had the official meeting. My husband managed to get this out of the boss. Okay. So we still don't technically know because then we find out we're supposed to have a severance pay. Except now we're probably not going to get the severance pay. Okay. So he finds out that in 3 weeks he has no job. After 8 years of being at his job, they don't even let him know ahead of time, whatever. He's been on this load for 14 years and he's been with this job 8 years, and they don't even let him know. They don't even let him know. So we find out that my husband is going to be jobless in like 3 weeks. We already can't get through the first 2 weeks, but we find out he's going to be jobless on the third week. Okay, cool. So we have to wait till Monday, which was 2 days ago. Monday, he applies for a job. They call him back in 45 minutes. He gets the job. Okay. Hallelujah. Praise God. We got the job. Okay. We find out they can only hold the job till April 28th. The severance package starts May 1st. We're going to lose the severance package. Not even kidding. Unless they close the doors early, which is a possibility, but probably not going to happen. So we're going to lose the severance package. So we're going to have to take out his 401k and use it. So I know to put the taxes back. I already got that. We're going to take the 401k out. The day we find out that we have to take the 401k out, the stock market crashes. We lose $2,000 within 20 hours of finding this out. You made it. So we're going to lose the severance package, and the 401k is slowly declining. So not awesome. He gets the job, super grateful. If they somehow just decide to just close the doors at the end of this week, we'll still get the severance package. Highly doubt it. He was going to start the 14th, but he has to go to Indianapolis to do his orientation. He has to go to Indianapolis to go to his orientation. They're going to rent him a car, but they can't get him there till the 21st. So he's going to be off from his last day is Thursday because he took a personal day because he has PTO saved up. He took a PTO day for Friday and Saturday, and then they stop working on the 14th. So his last day of work is we did explain to the new job they won't hold it for longer than they will hold it up for we run out 3 days beforehand. They said that if we want to reapply in a couple of days and the job is still open, we can get the severance package. But the first shift that he applied for was already taken. So this was the last shift available. So if we try to hang out for the severance package, he may not get this job. And as it is with this job, he's going to be on 6 days a week, home for 2. If he doesn't get this job, we're looking at him being out for 2 to 3 weeks at a time. Not really feeling that, to be honest. There's too much stuff that I cannot do in this house. So if he wants to be home every week, we have to take this job. And if we have to lose the severance package, we only knew about it for a day or 2. Plus, with his company being as screwy as it is, they could give him 2 weeks severance. They can give him 2 months severance. They're, according to the WARN Act, they're supposed to give 2 months. So we're going to lose out on like 10 to 12 grand because he makes about 6 grand a month. So we're going to lose out on 10 to 12 grand, but not getting the severance package. Perfect. Great. Yeah, but I'd rather have stability of having the job than waiting to see what the severance package might be, because we were supposed to get a safety bonus last week. We still haven't gotten it. And that was only for $400, $450. So if they can't even get us the fucking safety bonus, I don't know what the severance pay is going to be. And I'm not going to risk a job, a bona fide job that's going to pay my bills indefinitely, and not indefinitely, whatever. We're just not going to do it. So we may have to miss out on the severance package. Our 401k is going down. Now it hasn't went down today. We've only lost 2 grand. So I'm going to have to put aside, like, not even kidding, $8,000 in taxes out of the 401k. Because you have to pay a 10% penalty for taking it out before age 59 and a half. And you have to do a 10%. We're going to get to, I already called my tax person. We're going to get taxed at 10%. So I have to put aside 20% or so, actually 22% of the 401k in taxes. So we're going to lose all that. Anyway, so he gets the job. Super grateful, super grateful, super grateful. He starts it April 21st. I haven't gotten to my day yet, guys. You guys are not going to believe my day. So he starts the 21st. He's off basically for a week, almost a week and a half. We may kill each other. We're not used to, yeah, it doesn't matter if it's an emergency. They don't care. Tax man cares. Nobody cares but the tax man. So he's going to be home for like a week and a half. We're probably going to kill each other. Not even kidding. We're not used to being together that long. So today I get up. Okay, so no, let's start a day or 2 ago. I dropped something on the floor. Okay. I'm going to give you guys a real insight into mental illness. You ready? You ready? Here we go. Transparency. So the other day I dropped something on the floor. My dog took the opportunity that he decided he was going to pee on it. So I kicked a hole in my wall. I got mad. I picked it up. And I went to kick like the corner of the wall because I was so pissed off at that point. And I kicked a hole straight through my drywall. It's about this big, straight through my drywall, right? My husband, understandably, is livid. However, the man has put in lots of holes in this house. So I was like, you have broke this house as well. I don't want to hear it. So I kicked a hole in my drywall, which is still there. We're going to have to fix it while he's off. I have a hamper in front of it because my dog is deciding he wants to chew through the hole. On top of that. So at this point, I have kicked a hole in my wall. Okay. So my foot is fine. It's drywall. Drywall is nothing. Drywall is nothing. It's super easy to put a hole into, unfortunately. So I kick a hole through my drywall. Fast forward today. I get up. My husband actually got up on his own. Holy shit. He got up on his own. And I went to put water in the fish tank, or I went to put water in the dog bowl, and I went to put water in the fish tank. I put the tap water conditioner into the water. So I couldn't give it to the dogs. So I put it into the fish tank. I sidestepped, got mad, went to fill up the water for the fish bowl or for the dog bowl. Was so mad about the sidestep that I smashed the pitcher down as hard as I could. It shatters, goes everywhere. The pitcher just shatters. So I had to pick up the pitcher, and now we have no pitcher. I had to literally keep the car today to go buy a pitcher so I could fill the fish tanks. So I take him to work, whatever. I'm agitated, whatever. I go to the store. I go to get a pitcher. The only pitchers are like $5 fucking. I'm like, whatever, we need a pitcher. I get the pitcher. I come home. I lay down. No, I came home and I just chilled out with the dogs for a while. I was sleeping. There was like 3 dogs on me. I go to go take a nap. I get up and I go to let the dogs out and I hook my big dog to the lead because the dog, the 77-pound dog, somehow is climbing over my fence. We can't figure out where to take off. She did it the other day. In 20 minutes, she jumped over my fence and took off. And amazingly, went right up to my husband, even though when I did it, I had to chase her for 3 streets uphill. Anyway, so I put my dog on the leash. I let her go. Okay. I come back in the house. Something that I needed broke, snapped in 2. Okay. So now I have to go out again to replace the thing that I need that is now snapped in 2. Okay, whatever. I'm obviously having a bad day. It is what it is. Let's keep going. So my dog goes, I go to bring my dog up. Her lead is now wrapped around all of hell's creation. It is just wrapped everywhere. I can't get the dog up on the deck. I go to get the dog I go down to go get the dog out of the yard, and I fall down the stairs. I get the dog. I go to bring the dog upstairs. I get tied up. I fall down the stairs again. Can't make this up. I fell down the stairs twice in 5 minutes. I get the dog in the house and I leave. Now, let's see. Where was I at this point? Okay. So I leave. I go buy the couple things I need. I almost get hit crossing the way. I have the right of way. They have this way. The light's all weird. I hate the way they do it. I go straight. The light is turning red. This guy comes flying, almost T-bones me. I make it through. All right, fine. No big deal. So I am still not okay. I'm still frustrated. The day is going horrible. I have a couple other stupid little things that are going on. I can't even remember all of them at this point. These are just the major ones. Like I was texting my friend. My friend was like, go back to bed. This is awful. So I'm coming back home after I eat. I'm coming back home. Somebody decides that they are going to stop on the train tracks. I almost rear end them. The guy behind me almost rear ends me. That is accident avoided number 2 in half an hour. I get home. I sit down for about 45 minutes. I talk to my friend on the phone, whatever. Let the dogs in and out. Don't fall down the stairs again. That was awesome. I go get my husband and I go to pull out off my street and I almost get T-boned. 3rd accident of almost today. 3rd accident. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? Like, I didn't even want to be in the car after this. Okay. So at this point, in order for my husband to go over the road, I had to buy him some things. I had to buy him a duffel bag. I had to buy him some dishes. And we go to buy shoes. Now, here's the story. You guys are gonna be like, "Oh my God, that's so stupid! I can't believe you're gonna be this pissy over shoes." We almost decked each other inside these fucking shoe stores. I'm not even kidding. So I don't like to spend a lot of money on shoes. My shoes, I get like $80 shoes for like $40. Okay. I'm not a fan of spending money on shoes because my husband's hard on shoes. I don't want to spend a lot of money. So we go to the store and I'm like, this place is going to be too expensive, but let's go look. So we go into the first store and there's not a shoe under $65. That does not sound like a lot to you guys. Fuck off. It's a lot to me, especially when he's facing no job. So I get pissed off. We're yelling at each other inside the store. We go down. There's another shoe store right here. We go down to that one. It's even worse. At this point, we are screaming at each other in the store. So we leave the store. And we go across the way over to this other place. I'm like, let's go try this other place. He gets in there. He is not having it. He's like, there's nothing in here I want. We drive back to the other store. We get the fucking shoes. I am livid. I don't have this money. I completely do not have this money. We are going through money we don't even have to get him into a truck. And I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. So, let's forget this. After I was almost hit on the train tracks, I had decided to get myself a drink, which I don't normally do anymore. I got myself a drink, right? I go to get out of the car and I pick up my phone and my phone is wet. And I'm like, why is my phone wet? This is weird. Why is my phone wet? I look over while I am driving. It does this. When I stopped, you can guess what happened. My phone is now covered in Coke. The charging port. So I'm like, please just let my phone work. Please, I cannot deal with this. No, my phone works. My phone works. Thank God my phone works. Hallelujah. Praise God, my phone works. That was just some of the stuff that has happened today. That is not even all of it. There was a bunch of little shit that happened as well. And I'm like, my friend was like, go back to bed, dude. She was like, you are having the worst day. I'm like, you have no idea. My day has been just shit, like nonstop shit. Hold on a second. I have a mouthy dog down there. Hey, quit singing the song of your people. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. No, you don't want to come here? Fine. I don't like you either. All right. So yeah, so I've had a horrible day. And hi, baby. Hi, Peppy. Um, we still are not exactly sure what's going to happen, like money wise, what's going on. He is going to work technically a week earlier than what we had planned had he been off the 2 weeks. So we might be somewhat okay. I'm not really sure how big the first paycheck's going to be because it's going to be like orientation and stuff. So we may still be boned, but hopefully we'll be halfway decent. By the way, if anybody wants a tarot reading, get a hold of me. I'm doing them. I do good tarot readings for $15. Get a hold of me on TikTok if you do want one. My birthday. So his birthday, he finds out that he has no job in 2 weeks. Okay. Now, if you guys know anything about us, our birthdays are always horrible. So he finds out he doesn't have a job after 8 years on his birthday. My birthday's the 12th. Okay. I have 4 days. I don't want to know what's going to happen on my birthday because my birthday, nothing goes right. I have cried every single birthday but 2 in 42 years. Not even kidding. My birthdays are always go to shit. So my birthday's on Saturday, and all I keep thinking about is, please, for the love of God, do not let something horrible happen because I am at wit's end. Can you stop? Hey, I'm going to tie you up. Stop it. You are driving everybody nuts. He is a hellion, and he wants to tear everybody. Stop it. I don't need your kisses. I don't need your kisses. You are terrorizing the rest of the dogs. You are terrorizing the rest. No. You are terrorizing the rest of the dogs. This is Finnick. This is Finnick that happened before the job went to shit. Don't want to hear it. Don't care. Fuck all y'all. Do not care. This is before the job went to shit. This is when we still had money. Don't want to hear it. He's a terror. He is an absolute terror. He's tearing up the dogs. He's tearing. Can you stop licking me? Don't want to hear it. Happened before the damn happened. I've been keeping him under wraps. Because I didn't want to hear any of y'all's fucking mouths. I've been keeping him under wraps. It happened before all the job bullshit. Don't want to hear it. Fuck off. Okay? That's where I'm at. Do not care. Okay? I kept him under wraps because I fucking hate all you people. It is a Boston Terrier. Did not want a Boston Terrier. Didn't want a boy. Wanted a fluffy little girl. He was the runt left and the last of the litter. And you know how I am. So, meet Finnick. Anyway, like I said, I got him a while ago and I didn't tell anybody because I fucking hate you people. Not you people, but you people. You know what I mean? You know those people I'm talking about. Happened before all the job bullshit. I told you guys, every time we go to do something horrible happened. It was like the day after. Not even kidding. Like, we got him and found out that he was not going to be working. And I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. You have got to be fucking kidding me. But too late by that point. So that set off a whole fucking thing of tears. Brenny, I don't need new babies is the problem. My problem is I am a bleeding heart that brings home entirely too many animals. And as of right now, Did not need another mouth to feed, but he eats like 4 kibble, not even kidding. Like he eats like 4 kibble. He doesn't cost anything to like maintain. He's a potato. Okay. So he doesn't cost anything to maintain. I'm not really worried about it. He costs like 4 kibble. I bought him a bag of puppy food this big. Like he doesn't cost like anything. So he's not like a big issue or whatever, but it's just like it's like the thought. You know what I mean? It's like the thought of like really like but anyway, so we have him and I forgot what it is like because my oldest dog is like a year. They'll be 2 years old. My youngest dogs will be 2 years old in May. And we all know Sydney. Sydney's an absolute asshole. She's still not right in the head. And so we haven't had puppies for like 2 years. This little booger, this little shit right here is being crate trained, which he's actually really good in the crate, believe it or not. He's actually really good in the crate because we have this spray that I spray on my furniture so they don't chew it. All the dogs do not like the taste of the spray, and it works for everybody, right? Not him. He doesn't care. He will chew the furniture anyways, and I just got this furniture, and there's already been 4 holes chewed into it that we've had to sew up. So he is crated when we cannot watch him, and he's actually being really well in the crate. The crate is huge. It is huge. It is like 4 foot by 3 foot. It is a like my lab can fit in this crate. Okay. He's got a whole area for a bed and a pee pad and his toys. Like he's good to go. So it's not like he's being stuck in something like this. It's huge. So we had that happen. Literally, I'm not even kidding. We got him. We got him, and like the day after, we found out about just the 2-week thing. We found out about the 2. That's how long I've had him because I've been talking about the 2-week thing for a while. We found out about the 2-week thing the day after, and then we found out about the job just going shit like a week and a half later. So we've had him. We've had him like 3 weeks probably. I want to say, and he's terrorizing all the dogs. Just terrorizing all the dogs. And he's a puppy. And he's got puppy teeth. And like 2 days in, he bit me. And I mean like bit me. Like I had a hole in my hand. It's just not gonna I had a hole. He bites like a muppet. He's like, I had a hole in my hand for like 5 days. I appreciate you for the harassment and bullying. By the way, I'm on Ryan Lee TM. I've just got flagged for harassment and bullying for talking about my life. I am completely in agreeable that my life has been harassed and bullied at this point because today has sucked. I'm on Ryan Lee TM on YouTube if this live gets banned for whatever reason, because I have assholes in here that are trying to get me banned for talking about my life. So I'm on Ryan Lee TM on YouTube. Hold on. That's how ridiculous these stupid assholes are. You can't even talk about your life without getting a harassment and bullying charge. So yeah, I feel harassed and bullied from how bad my today was. I feel like the world is harassing and bullying me. So, had just a shitty day, absolutely shitty day. But today, he's already went to bed. His last day of work is Thursday because he's got some PTO set up. So he'll be home. Thursday's his last day, and then he got PTO for Friday and Saturday. And then the shutdown, which is still supposedly happening, is the 14th through 28th. And then they come back for the 29th and 30th. And then they close down for the 1st, which there's not going to be any loads the 28th or the 29th or whatever, or the 29th or the 30th. So that seems really stupid to do that. So I'm hoping they just cut him sooner. And that way we can still see the severance package. But as it stands right now, I'm not betting on that severance package. So it was good to think about for the whole 2 days we thought we were getting it. But I would rather have this stable job. And when I did the math and everything, we may actually come out a little bit ahead. I didn't realize until I sat down and did his W-2, like really looked at his W-2 to find out what we were really making, to find out what we needed to make in order to pay the bills. I didn't realize how, because we were having $85 taken out for bankruptcy and $67 taken out to pay back the 401k because we took a loan, right? So that's like $160, almost, well, no, that's bad. $150, sorry. That's $150 we were not seeing out of our check every week. I didn't realize we were bringing a bring home of like $900 a week until I sat down and did the math with his. Well, we were bringing home somewhere between 900 and almost 1100 a week, and we weren't seeing that, obviously, for obvious reasons of having $150 taken out on top of everything else. So when I was doing the math on what we needed to do for a new job, there was jobs that around here that he could get, but the problem is he was high in seniority. He was the highest in seniority in the company. Like he was there longer than the managers were, okay? Longer than the driver operators were. So he was getting, top pay. And so, and when I looked up his company, that company to begin with pays 7% higher than most of the places in the area. Plus he was having seniority pay. So right now we're going to take about a $5,000 to $10,000 pay cut a year as it stands right now. He did opt to have the 6 days a week instead of the 5 days a week. So we may only have like a $5,000 pay cut. But having a $5,000 pay cut when you were having $150 taken out of your paycheck to begin with, it's, in my mind, it's going to average out. He's going to get a sign-on bonus because he's got 20 years experience and he's been at the last job 8 years. So he's getting a full sign-on bonus, which they then break down over weeks or months. I can't remember which, if it was monthly or weekly, I can't remember which, but he is going to get a sign-on bonus, which is nice. And he's going to be gone 6 days, home 2. So his 2 days that he's home are going to be different every week. He's never going to be home weekends. Weekends is something he's not going to be home on weekends. Do you have something in your mouth? What are you doing? No, you're just chewing on the bed? Thank you. I appreciate you. These beds are like from Five Below. I replace beds about every 6 weeks. Anyway, so, he got the job that he wanted. He's only going to be gone a week at a time, which before we moved to Kentucky, that's what he was doing. He was doing a turnaround from Detroit to the Mexican border, and that was 6 days out. He was doing that before we moved to Kentucky. We moved to Kentucky so he could be home daily. But he'll be doing a 6-2 turnaround. And so I'm going to have to learn how to function again. It's been almost 6 years. It's been 6 years. It's been 6 years that I've not had to deal with this particular regimen. So it'll take some getting used to, but I did it before. And there was times he was out. When he first started trucking, he was out for 3 weeks at a time. So I'm all caught up on Yellow Jackets. I am all caught up. Yes, I am. Right now I got to finish. There's one more episode of Yellow Jackets. It's out next week. And I am watching Hell's Kitchen. I'm watching MasterChef, SVU, which I haven't watched SVU in a minute, and something else. I'm watching a lot of TV, which is nice. I just finished The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which I've already seen the movie, so we're going to watch it again. I'm about a quarter to a third of the way through Sunrise on the Reaping. And they've already announced a new Hunger Game book. After the arena or something, it's going to have to do with Effie. So, I mean, I'm super grateful. I'm beyond grateful. I mean, literally, he put in the application. We called to let them know we put in the application. They said he forgot to check a box. So we redid it, checked the box, and they called him within 45 minutes and offered him a job. So I'm beyond grateful because for 2 days, for 2 straight days, I was crying nonstop because after we found out that, so we found out on the 4th that he was done. We found out on the 3rd. We found out officially on the 4th, and he got the job yesterday. So for 2 straight days, I was doing. Stop it! I was doing nothing but crying for 2 straight days because I didn't know what was going on. School Spirits, the movie, I think so, not the show though. 2 straight days, I did nothing but cry. I'm super grateful that he got the job. I am concerned because he has to drive up to Indianapolis in a car and he has a lead foot. And I'm like, please do not get a ticket on the way to your new job because that would suck. Because he wouldn't get the job because they're like that. That's how all trucking companies are. So I have had ever since his birthday, we found like they turned in the scanners on his birthday. So we knew something was going on. The next day we got official word that he was done. They're shutting the doors. And a lot of the people that worked at his company are going to another local company in town because they're the ones who won the bid for BMW. Because he's hauled for BMW for 14 years and he's hauled down here in Kentucky for 8 years. And when they went to renew the contract, they actually lost the bid to somebody local in town. So a lot of the people that worked at my husband's work are now going to this particular company, but my husband didn't hear good things about this company. And so he's going to a different company. Luckily, this company provides refrigerators and microwaves and everything in the truck. So we didn't have to buy that. So that was good. You could use puppy cuddles after what you're going through. I would give you this puppy through the computer and let you attempt to cuddle him, but he's not super cuddly right now. He's full of piss and vinegar essentially. He's very now earlier today he's wanting to cuddle today, but Buddy is more of a cuddler. My little Butters, he's more of a cuddler. This little monstrosity just wants to bark and fight with people. He is he's been full of piss and vinegar since we brought him home. Not a fan of boy dogs. But he was the runt. And I fell for it. So I wanted a fluffy dog. I've always wanted a fluffy dog. And yeah, I got talked into this one. So I like him. He's cool. He keeps bumping into that's Sissy. He keeps bumping into Sissy and Sissy's mad. Sissy's not a huge fan of him. He doesn't care, apparently. Can you not play with the old geriatric dog, please? She's geriatric. She doesn't like you. He's taken on all the dogs. He doesn't care. He tortures the cat. So there's that. So I had to call and move all of my husband had 4 doctor's appointments for May 5th, but he won't have insurance. So I had to move them all to next week. So I managed to move 3 of them. And so I go to call my doctor because, as you guys heard earlier in the live, I have started breaking stuff because I am so stressed out and whatever that I called my doctor to try to get my meds changed. And they can't get me in for a week. So for the next week, while he's home, my meds are not right. And I need new meds. I need new meds very, very badly, to the point I'm thinking of just doubling up on my meds and letting them sort it out when I get there. That's about where I'm at. I'm just going to start like doubling my meds. And then they can decide what to do. And I'll just be like, well, I took double my meds. You're gonna have to do something. Finnick, his name's Finnick. We're naming everything after Hunger Games. I have birds that are Katniss, Malark, and Abernathy. And he's Finnick. So years ago, we named a bunch of our animals after Star Wars, and now we're doing Hunger Games. So, but I've told you guys this for years. Every single time that we do anything that is any type of money spending, something horrible happens like the next day. And That's exactly what happened. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? Do you want to go in your crate? Because you're being a psycho. You are being an absolute psycho. You know that? I told you he's being a psycho. Hold on. Shelly, this is it. He's a psycho. Finnick. He wants to fight everything. Finnick. Can you look at the camera for like 5 seconds? For like 5 seconds. His ears are stupid. Do you see his ear? It's like curled stupid. Not quite sure. Ow. Told you. I don't care that Brie is with Gypsy. Why would I care? I do not care. I don't care about pretty much anything that happens on social media at this point. I have been going through whether or not I'm going to be homeless. I've been going through losing medical insurance. I've been going through my husband not having a job. I could give two shits less about what's happening on social media. People are like, did you? No, I did not hear about it. I do not care. I have been going through entirely too much stuff to give a rat's ass about what's happening on social media. It's a Boston Terrier. Yeah, Psycho Killer. I need to do a video with him being Psycho Killer. I agree. I've been worried about my mental health. I've been worried about whether or not we were going to have a roof over our head. I'm having to worry about all sorts of stuff. And, you know, all these stupid ass petty drama bullshit on social media. You go do what you got to do, because I have actual stuff that I need to worry about that is not based off of people on the internet that I don't give two fucks about. If TikTok goes, if TikTok stays, I don't care. I genuinely don't. Timo. Well, you can answer me on Discord whenever you get to it. It's cool. Aaron, Timo. I'm not offended or anything. Just, you know, whenever you get to Discord or whatever. He just pulled his bunny over here. Yeah, Ryan Lee Tim on YouTube. If you haven't already, I've already gotten one harassment and bullying violation on here for talking about my life. These are the people I'm talking about. Like, look, I assure you that whatever you have with me, it's one-sided, because I don't give a fuck about you. I don't. I do not give a fuck about social media people. I do not give a fuck about social media content creators. I do my own thing. This country's going in the toilet. I've been worried about my 401k that I have to take out. I've been worried about my husband's job. I've been worried about my medical issues. I've been worried about my husband's medical issues. I've been worried about what we're going to do for pay. I've been worried about all of this stuff. And those are real life problems. Okay. If you want to be a 50-something-year-old woman whose whole life based around drama and what you can get off of social media, that's you. I have actual problems. So, whatever you're doing, that's on you. So as it stands right now, he has a job, and, judging by the pay scale, it should pay the bills and even allow some room to be comfortable. He is getting paid more per mile. He's getting a sign-on bonus, and he's also getting, essentially, for lack of better words, stop pay, which at his old job, they took the scanners back on his birthday, and that erased his stop pay. And on top of that, they were giving him lower, it's okay, Nevaeh, it's okay. They were giving him lower mile runs on top of taking away the stop pay. And it was getting to the point where we could barely even pay our bills to begin with. So at this new job, he's paid a nice amount more. Plus, he's going to get essentially stop pay. The only bad part is, you know, I'm going to have to learn how to function by myself for 6 days at a time. You know, he's going to have to come home on his days off. He's going to have to like mow the yard. He's going to have to haul our trash to the curb. Luckily, we have a huge trash bin that we usually have to take up about every 2 weeks anyway. but because of the steep hill up to take the trash up, I can't get it up the hill. I've fallen down our driveway 3 times since I've lived here. I've fallen in my backyard 3 times because of the hills, and I fell down my stairs twice today. My whole house, it basically goes straight, my house, my yard. So my yard is a hazard. My yard is a complete hazard. The dogs have dug holes in it. There's different holes. It's just one big hill. It's just a hill and then a hill. My biggest thing is I just want to be able to pay the bills. Like, that's what I care about. Like, there was other jobs here that were not going to pay the bills, or they were going to pay the bills and we would have had nothing left over. Like, if we needed an oil change, we would have been screwed. You know what I mean? This one, as far as I can see, cross your fingers, cross your toes, will be at pay or maybe better. Which, considering, had we not been having $150 taken out of our check being garnished for a 401k that we paid back and my bankruptcy, we would have been seeing significantly more. But one of the benefits of taking out the 401k is they're going to allow me to pay off the rest of my bankruptcy and be done with it. It's going to be over. We're 4.5 years into a chapter 13, and we are 6 months away from finally being paid off. Yes, kind of in a way, Jessica. I kind of feel like if everything works out, I kind of feel like that's kind of it. I have been having a feeling that he was going to have something happen with his job for the past month. So I've been contemplating this and that and whatever to begin with, but we don't owe a whole lot left. I'm not sure the lawyers are finding out exactly how much I owe. They're going to let me take a portion of our 401k and pay off the rest of the bankruptcy, and we will be out from underneath it 6 months early. And that is significant because that means it will not be garnished out of our next job. So that gives us money there. We did a chapter 7 back when my husband was hurt. When my husband was hurt at work and we were getting workman's comp for 11 months. And we went through our life savings. We racked up credit card debt, and we did a chapter 7 and we walked away. Well, 7 years, they always say you can file every 7 years. Don't do that, by the way. That's irresponsible. Don't do it. Don't be like me. COVID hit. We moved to Kentucky and took a $15,000 pay cut. He was on, like a lot of COVID people, we had unemployment for X amount of time, and we had to declare another bankruptcy, but we couldn't do the 7. We had to do a 13. And the problem with 13 is you have to pay X amount back. Well, I owed $20,000. So for the past 4.5 years, I have paid in like $18,000. So we're about to walk away. The only good option about this is I own my car free and clear now. My car was claimed in the bankruptcy, but the problem is because it was a fairly new car, it was like 3 years old. They made us pay Blue Book, which I was okay with because we were like $8,000 upside down. Not even kidding. We were like $8,000 upside down. They took all that off, but I had to pay the amount of the car. So they made me play Blue Book on the car, and I still owe like $2,000 or $3,000 on the car. I think that's what I owe the most on is the car. But I will own my car dead to rights when the bankruptcy is over. So, yay. That's the bonus there is I will own my car free and clear that needs about $1,500 in repairs at this point. I don't know if it's $1,500, I'm guessing. We have to fix the bumper because I smoked a deer. So that's like $300. I already priced that because we're going to do it ourselves. I have to fix my fuel tank, which I had ordered the parts for, but he hasn't called me to do it yet. So I got to do that. And then I want to see about if I need new shocks and struts. I feel like I do. I don't know, but I feel like I do. So I'm going to have him check my shocks, struts, whatever the hell I have. I'm going to have him check that out and see if I need new ones of those. What stop pay? Stop pay is so at this job, stop pay was he had to scan. So he had a scanner and he had to scan everything that came out of the truck for the company. So at the new job, everything is 100% no touch. So he pulls up to a dock, they unload him, and he leaves. But with this stop pay, I'm calling it a stop pay, they call it an off duty pay. He pulls up and he gets paid by the hour for every hour he's there. So if he does, they say it's like 10 to 12 loads a week, I guess. I think if that was the right one I was looking at. And he gets a stop pay at each one. That's X amount of money on top of the mileage. So he gets the mileage, which he's getting paid almost 15% more in mileage than he was before per mile. And then he's getting these stop pays, which will average out for the stop pays he was missing with a little bit more, I think, or at least average what it was. Because he wasn't getting stop pay all the time at his other job. He would get stop pay like 2 or 3 days a week. With this one, he should be getting stop pay every single day, 6 days, at about the same price he was before. So the bad part is he can't take a dog with him. I really, 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 really wanted him to take Sydney. Sydney is my problem dog. Right now, Kira is also a problem dog. Friday when he's off work, if it's sunny out, I'm letting Kira in the yard without a leash on, and I'm going to see where she's getting over because we have walked this fence and I have no idea where she is getting out. She's not going under, so she has to be going over, and the entire fence is no less than 5 feet tall. And in some places it's 6.5 feet. So I have zero idea where this 80-pound dog is climbing, because she'd have to climb it. She can't jump it. She's fat. She's an 80-pound dog. She's somehow, somewhere in this fence, climbing it. And I walked that fence numerous times, and there's nowhere where there's like hair or any type of where you can see where it's been bent or pushed or anything. Like, it's like she is levitating out of my yard. So I'm going to make sure my husband is home, because she will come straight to him if she gets out. Whereas she took off, she was going after her dog, to be fair, but she will basically come straight to my husband. So I will literally let her out, see where she is going through, go doing whatever with my fence. He will immediately go get her, and we will have to try to see what we can fix with this fence. In the meantime, what we've been doing is I've been putting her out on a 300-pound lead. Not she can't pull it. Essentially, she can't pull it. So, she's not going anywhere. So nighttime, if I let her out at nighttime, she goes down and she comes right back up. It's not a big deal. Daytime, she wants to, for whatever reason, she wants to get out of here. So daytime, she immediately goes on a lead. Finnick, it's like you knew I was going to say your name. I bought him a little lead because now he doesn't really know his name very well yet, nor does he care about come here. So I bought him a little vest, which I don't know where it is. I think he has it over there. Is that it? Yeah, okay. I bought him a little harness, and I got him a little lead. So if he's outside, I can put him on a little lead and let him play in the yard, and then pull him back like a fish, essentially. Because he doesn't understand come here or anything of the sort, because he is a potato and he's not very smart right now. And that is flat. Thank God it's empty. Oh, that is nasty. Bronxy, don't beat him up. He's just little. Or beat him up. I don't care. If you want to beat him up, beat him up. Beat him up. If I had that barking in my face, I'd probably beat it up too. The birds, the baby bird is almost the same size of its parents now. They're in the new cage. They're doing great. For some reason, the male bird randomly has started trying to snip at me. He wasn't doing that before. This is a brand new thing. It just started happening about 3 days ago. The mom will actually let me touch her, which she wasn't letting me before. The baby will let me pick it up. But for some reason, now the male has been going like this at me. He's not even really opening his beak, but he's trying to like ram his face into me. Can you quit? Can you quit? Which is brand new. I don't know what that is about. But the baby's been eating seeds. They've been doing really well in the new cage. I do want to get another big branch so that they can go up higher. They're going up on the big branch now, but I want to get another one so that they can go up even higher because it's a flight cage, which I didn't really need a flight cage for a pigeon, to be honest, but that was a lot of floor space. The particular cage I got had a lot of floor space. Hey, Veros. And but it happens to also be tall. So I'm trying to get some branches so they can kind of go up a little bit. Sissy's sleeping. He stopped pouncing on her. So I have been having a hell of a couple days. My husband's job is shuttering the doors here in about 2 weeks, and they didn't bother telling him till like a day, like 4 days ago. So we've been trying to get that all together. I've spent the last 3 days crying. So haven't been able to really function very well. What are you doing? What are you doing? You got your bear? So yeah, he's adorable. He's just a terror. So hey Megan, how are you? I was just thinking about you the other day. I was just thinking about you. I am not doing well. I'm having a hell of a life, but it's getting better. It's getting better. You know, like I said, I'm just super grateful that they offered him a job in like 45 minutes. I can't be mad about that. Super grateful. Not grateful I'm going to lose the severance pay, but super grateful we're going to have steady income. So, I mean, tit for tat. We only knew about the severance pay for about 2 days anyways. And like I said, I don't trust the company at this point because they didn't tell us how much the severance pay is going to be. They're supposed to be telling us that sometime this week. It's already Wednesday. So I'd love to know when they plan on telling anybody this. I saw your name the other day and I was like, oh, I haven't talked to her in a while. I don't know what the severance pay is going to be, and I'm not going to risk a good job over a couple $1,000s. Especially, you know, it's also something is he's going to be able to work 2 weeks ahead of time. That right there is going to bring us a couple $1,000s. So, I mean, why, you know, I'm sure, like I said, according to the WARN Act, they're supposed to give us 2 months of severance pay, which is a nice chunk of money, not going to lie. But in the end, I have to do what's right in the long term. And if that means turning down, you know, $10,000, $12,000, I'm going to have to do it. I can't wait and hope that that's what we're going to get when we have a job that is, you know, ready to go. So we're just waiting to see if they're going to let everybody go early and then we'd still get it. But there is a very definite possibility that we're not going to get it. So you were talking about the Abode story at work. You know, what's so weird is she was coming in my lives like around November, and she's pregnant with like her 4th kid. And she was supposedly in the hospital for like, she's supposed to be in the hospital for like 3 months or something. I've not heard hide from hair from her in months. So I'm not really sure what that was about. Like she was popping in for like a month or 2 and then she just split again. So I don't know where she is or where she went or whatever. Yeah, he's tearing a bunny apart right now. Sissy is laying next to him. I don't know what she's doing. Hey, Sissy, what do you got in your mouth? What are you doing? Don't do that. So, well, I don't know. I think she actually is pregnant. I think she actually was. Hey, Mary, how are you? Yeah, she pops in and then goes poof again. She's a weird duck. She always has been. So yeah. Like I said, if anybody wants a tarot reading, I've been doing them for 20 years. If you want one, get a hold of me on TikTok. They're about $15. trying to do what I can to get through right now. The next 2 weeks are going to be a little dicey. I feel like it'll be okay, but yeah, and I'm hoping to get on. I will let you guys know how bad my birthday goes because my birthday's in 4 days, and I will let you know how bad it goes or if anything horrible happened during it. Usually I go live on my birthday for live updates, but we'll see. We'll see if it goes to hell in a handbasket this year. My favorite birthday, I gotta say, the worst birthday I ever had. The worst birthday I ever had. You guys ready for this? 40 years old. I begged my kid not to fuck up my birthday because 2 years prior, we had to call the cops on her on my husband's birthday. And then she fucked up the year before that. And I begged her not to fuck up my 40th birthday. My 40th birthday, I woke up. My grandson was in foster care. No, was he? He was in the hospital foster care. No, he was in foster care. He was in foster care. My daughter was in a psych ward, and my husband was in South Carolina. That was my fourth. Have I talked to her? No, she's not allowed to talk to me. She's not allowed to contact me until July, the middle of July of this year. Part of her plea deal was she was not allowed to contact me in any way, shape, or form for 2 years. And it'll be 2 years. She will have gotten out of jail 2 years, July 21st. So she's not allowed to contact me in any way, shape, or form until the 3rd week of July. I do not think I'm going to hear from her. I am in contact with a person who is her new mom, who lets her stay in a homeless shelter for the past 2 years, but we're not going to talk about that. And I've made it abundantly clear that until she takes responsibility for what she did, until she takes accountability and apologizes for the hell that she put me through, don't call me, don't talk to me, don't text me, don't nothing. When you take accountability and you make amends, then maybe I might open that door to some type of conversation. But I have no want or need to talk to somebody who did what she did and then tried to blame me for it. No, thank you. So I haven't talked to her, nor do I plan on it. So if I contact her, will I respond? Not until she comes up with accountability. And I told the woman, I said, not only would she have to be accountable to me, she would have to make a statement on social media after making a statement on social media a year ago that wreaked havoc in my family. Hey, Luana. Last year, she put out a video lying about me and my husband that ended up tearing a hole between my husband and his dad. And that's how we ended up. That's how we ended up changing our name the second time, because my husband changed his whole name to get away from his family. Can you stop? Leave the geriatric old lady alone. After what Ember put out, my husband and his dad are no longer, my husband went no contact. And that is how we ended up changing our name last year, because he did not want to be attached to his dad in any way, shape, or form. So until she makes a public apology and accountability post, I got nothing to say. She went out last year on February. It's been about a year that she put out a very bullshit statement, and that fucked up my husband's relationship with his dad permanently. He's not talked to his dad in a year. His dad tried getting a hold of him in February. And my husband won't even answer the phone. He won't answer texts. He won't answer the phone. I actually sent his dad a message on TikTok that I don't think his dad has even seen. But I sent him a message after he tried to get a hold of my husband. I actually tried to get my husband to talk to him because I feel like if something happens, I don't want him to blame himself. Stop it. Stop chewing on my shoe. And but he won't talk to him. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all because some of the things his dad said, I think are going to stay with my husband probably forever. And I mean, you have to understand, like when I changed my name in 2021, he didn't disagree with it. He didn't totally understand it, but he wasn't an asshole about it. But he, he didn't whatever. And for him to just look at me one day and be like, I'm changing my name. Are you changing it with me? Like, I'm going to stay with his last name, his old last name. No, thank you. I'm good. Like, I don't even like 90% of his family. Like, I'm going to stay with his last name. No, thank you. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot that's went on in the past year. Would you please leave the dog? Sissy, why are you playing with his toy? You don't even let her play with the toy. Just let her eat my shoe. Leave her alone. Let her play with the toy. I don't know why she wants to play with the toy. Just let her play with the toy. Eat my shoe. Here, eat my shoe. Just don't bite my foot too hard. Let her play with the I don't know why she wants to play with the toy. Just let her play with it. Just eat my shoe. Just don't eat all the way through. You have pointy baby teeth. So I don't know. Sissy wants to chew on his toy all of a sudden. Sissy don't play with toys, but she wants to play. Don't just let her play with the toy. Just chew on my shoe. Just chew on my shoe. We'll correct you about it later. Yeah, message me on Facebook. Absolutely. You kind of took off, and I'm one of them people. If somebody stops contacting me, I won't contact people. I figure if they wanted to contact me, if they're the ones that ghost me, then if they open, if they want to talk to me, doors always open. But I'm not one of those people that's going to basically go chase you down, because if you stop talking to me, there's a reason, I'm sure. And don't look at me. Just eat him. Just eat him. Eat my shoe. Stop. Just leave her alone for 5 minutes. She's geriatric, for Christ's sake. Just eat my shoe and let her chew on your damn bunny. Sissy Noodles, why don't you move over here? Hey, you move here. Come here. Come here. Just tornado over here for 5 seconds. Let her chew on your damn toy, please. No, just stay up here. Just stay up here. Your life went to shit. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, message me. Well, Sissy's 13 years old. She doesn't play with toys, but for some reason now she don't want it. I don't know if she just wanted it because he wanted it. By the way, he has an old man face. If I can get him to look at the camera, he has an old man face. He just can you look at the camera? Look up here. He's got an old man face. He looks very serious, and he looks like an old man, and like he wants to say, "Get off my lawn." He's very look at the would you look at the camera down here? Look at his eyeballs. He's got an old man face. Look at him. He's got an old man face. He's only, I don't even know how old he is. He's like, they didn't give me his exact birthday, but he's like 10 weeks old, and he's got an old man face. Look at him. I got a Boston. Shoot me. I did not need another dog, but he was a runt, and he was the last one. And I have to stop driving by people holding dog signs. I don't know what's wrong with me. I've never done that before. I was driving through a guy. Here's the deal. In my town, if you want to, hold on. In my town, I live in the fucking Appalachia, okay? And if you want to get rid of your dog, you go to Tractor Supply. And you go to Tractor Supply and you open up the back hatch and you just sit there with a sign that says dog. And this dog was in Tractor Supply. And we drove by and I was like, oh, they're selling dogs. We should look. Don't ask why I said that. I have no idea. But I was like, oh, because I've not really seen a Boston Terrier up close. You know why he wanted it? He wanted it because it looks like Yoda, his soul dog that he lost. This is a flat-faced fuck like Yoda. See? He snouts all the time too. Look at him. He's an old man. Look at this. He's an old man in a puppy body. But they had a sign and they were like, oh yeah, he was the runt and this is the last one. And yeah, so I fell for it. The guy had done like 9 litters before him. He's like a breeder type deal, backdoor breeder, but whatever. He was really good though. They'd already vetted him. They gave us his next set of shots. They'd already warned him. They took him to the vet. Like they were not like shitty, dodgy people. Like they, he was, and he's full blooded, by the way. He's full blooded. If I showed you his tail, you'd see what I mean. Boston Terriers, if they're supposed to be born with dock tails, that way you don't have to dock them, which I would never dock a tail. I do not believe in docking tails, docking ears. I don't believe in that. If you do, that's a you thing, not a me thing. But, his little, hold on. I don't know if he's going to torpedo me. Hold on. He's got the little, you can't see him because he's dark, but see he's got a little dock tail. But, yeah, they showed me the parents. The parents are Bostons. And my husband took one look at him and was like, oh, and I'm like, no. He's like, oh, and I'm like, no. And the next thing I know, I have a dog. So, look at him. He's an old man. Look at him. Look at him. He's I don't need your kisses. I don't need your kisses. Look at him. He's got an old man face. Look at the old man face. Like, he needs to say, get off my lawn. Can you say, get off my lawn? Please stop licking me. You eat poop. He's a puppy. That's what he does. Anyway, this dog can clear a room. And I actually timed it. He's sitting with me in my chair. He farts every 8 minutes. And it's so bad. He clears the room, dude. No. Yoda used to be, and I think it's because they're bronchial. It's kind of like when you drink through a straw and you burp all the time. This dog, his face is so fucking flat. This dog farts every 8 minutes and it is noxious. Noxious. So bad. And it's, oh my God, it is, I cannot even explain to you how bad it is. And it is rank and it is ripe and it is strong and it lingers. So by the time the first one goes, he's 3 minutes from another one. So it's you get 3 minutes of fresh air. I'm not even kidding. It's so bad. He's being crate trained currently. I've never crate trained a dog, but he's a psycho. He's a psycho. Sissy is beating his ass right now. My geriatric dog is beating his ass. I have not heard him snore really. Yes. Well, here's the deal. When I say backyard breeder though, the only thing, he's just not papered. That's the only difference. I've seen the parents. The parents are full-blooded. I can tell he's full-blooded, but he just doesn't have papers. When I got Yoda was AKC, but we never bought the papers. I'm going to yell at him because he's beating up Sissy. Well, Sissy's beating him up. Sissy, please don't have a heart attack. Will you please go play with your brothers who are your size? No. She's an old lady. Stop it. She's an old lady. Go play with your brother. Pepper, come eat him. Go play with your brothers. Why do you have to play with the geriatric old lady who's choking every time she tries to get you? Go. Go play with your... Here, eat my shoe. Come eat my shoe. Come over here. Stop butting up to her. She don't want you. Oh, my God. She is so mad right now. She is so mad. But yeah, I mean, the only difference is he's not papered. And like I said, when I got Yoda, She was AKC, but they told me I had to order the papers. I'm not paying $100 for papers. I'm not showing her. There's no reason to get papers. But I mean, I've almost always had like Sissy's a designer dog. She was sold as a designer dog to the people who had her. She's a chug. If I would pick the princess up if she'd come here. But I don't do the whole full blood thing. I'd rather just have mutts. All my dogs are mutts. They're all, Pepper's got 19 breeds in her. Kira is full blood, but again, I got her from somebody else. I don't do the whole full blooded thing. He just happened to be there. I didn't get him because he was full blood. That was actually kind of a con. Full breed dogs always freak me out because then you have all of the health problems of the full blood dog. Leave her for the love of Sissy. Come here. Get down. Come here, Sissy. Pulling the bed. Come here. Let me help you. Let me help you. You are being murdered by that tiny little freak. Just stay up here with me. You have 3 teeth and you're having a heart attack beating him up. So anyway, like this one, they paid money for her in a pet store because she was a half Chihuahua, half pug. All my other ones are mutts. They're just mutts. You do not need to have, you don't need a full blood dog in my opinion, but he happens to be full blood. Yeah. I mean, I got him for a good price. And again, the day after my husband's job went to shit, as I told you guys, every time I spend any type of money, something horrible happens the next day. And that's exactly what happened. We got him. And like 24 hours later, we found out about his job. And I was like, well, maybe we could go sell him a dog. I was kidding, but that's not my point. At that point, I was panicking, but I was kidding also. So, yeah, mutts are, all mine are mutts except for Kira and him now. She's a Chihuahua pug. Bronx is some weird Chihuahua. Bugs I think he's a Chihuahua. I think he's a chug too with some dachshund in him. Pepper's got 19 breeds in her. Riley and Sydney are Beagle, not Australian Shepherds, blue tick Beagles. Nikki is a Lab Great Pyrenees, and then Kira's a Great Pyrenees. Yeah, Sissy will help me sell them. Sissy's done. Sissy's over it. But yeah, I think my husband saw him, and he looks a lot like Yoda did, except his ears are more stand-up-ish, and obviously the coloring is different. And I think he just missed Yoda, and then that made me cave. Hey, Finnick! Finnick, you can't fit under the door, bro! Finnick! You can't eat the cat. Stop it. He wants to eat the cat, so he's trying to go underneath the door. Finnick! She's like, please get rid of him. Would you go sit in your crate? Would you please go sit in your crate? Would you please chill out for 10 minutes, bro? 10 minutes. Can I have 10 minutes? Don't eat the trash can. 10 minutes. That's part of the reason I've not been live a whole lot, because he's been a psycho. I have been live while he's been here. But he usually, he's gotten more vocal. The older he gets, the more vocal he's getting. So I have been live while he's been here. Especially if you paid attention on the April 3rd live, you can hear him barking. I was hoping you wouldn't, but you can hear him barking. Or it could have been the one after it. I'm not sure before it. But the older he gets, the more vocal he's getting. Are you just going to... That can't be comfortable. She's just like passing out on me now, I guess. If you're on TikTok, give me a follow on Ryan Lee TM on YouTube. My lives are always on YouTube. They're only partial of the time on TikTok. You're not going out that door and you can't fit underneath it, so knock it off. Hey, Audra. So that's what my this is what my past week has been like. It feels like his birthday was a million days away. It's only been 5 days since we really found out about all this job stuff, but it's felt like weeks, dude. It has felt like absolute weeks. We found out for sure on the 4th he got the job yesterday. That was only 3 days of panic, and it felt like weeks. I was on the phone with my friends for those 3 days crying. And I have a great little handful of friends that helped me get through. And those 3 days felt like 3 weeks, like not even kidding you. Like it was so bad because it was hard, especially the third, because we didn't really know what was happening. And then the fourth sucked because we knew what was happening, but we didn't know if he was going to have a job or how quick he was going to get a job. So from the third until the seventh, it was just one big, we don't know what's going on. And Finnick, no, no, you can't. It's a furnace grate, bro. Finnick, knock it off. You have toys, bro. It is a heater grate. What are you doing? You can't do anything to it. It's screwed in the ground. I think I can put you down. I don't think he wants to eat you anymore. Oh, wait, no, he's coming back. We must protect the princess at all costs. He came back. He's underneath my feet. He has never really bothered her the way he's bothering her tonight. I'm not really sure what that's about. He normally just fucks off by himself. Oh, good. He's got his toy now. Oh, wait. No, he don't. He did. I don't know. But yeah, so life has been hitting me, with both hands, both fists, and both feet. Oh, bugs and pips. No, don't come over here. I'm sorry I said anything. Thank you. Thank you, Angel. And I've just been kicking myself because that was a big reason why I didn't even talk about him, is because we got him and it was not even 24 hours later. I think it was 20 hours later we found out about his job. And I'm for the 2-week thing. Not even that his job was getting canned. That was the 2-week thing. So we got him and 20 hours later we found out he was going to be off for 2 weeks. And then we knew about that for a week or two. And then it went to hell in a handbasket about him completely losing his job. And what I don't understand is, I get it. The parent company bought his company, and then they decided just to close the doors because they lost the bid on BMW. And I guess they just didn't get another bid anywhere. They could have put a bid in. My husband used to haul Dr. Teal's and paper and something else, and they ended up losing all those accounts to where all they had was BMW, and then the hurricane hit, and then they retooled in December. And so BMW has been a nightmare. Oh my God, Soraya, that sucks. So it's been just nonstop, and then they lost the bid. Finnick, what are you barking at down here? Scoot. He's barking at the wall. Baby. Yeah, I've been on TikTok long enough to realize that's spam notification. Do I look like I was born yesterday? No. Because he's driving her nuts, so now I'm holding her. Oh, you're taking a drink because you've been screaming your head off this entire live? I appreciate you. Oh, no, that was Bugs. Where the hell did Bud? Oh. Hey! Stop trying to eat the freaking furnace grate. Weirdo. Why are you being weird? Anyway. So life has gotten better, except for today has just been one bad event after another, but just really frustrating things, I guess. I mean, because life has been bad the past 3 days, but today was so frustrating, dude. Just so frustrating. And yesterday made me realize, yesterday or the day before, made me realize that I don't think my medication is where it needs to be. Unfortunately, that means I'm going to be on the highest amount of this particular medication I've ever been on in 25 years. But I don't know if it's just stress is making it worse, which I'm sure is part of it. But I got to do something because I'm like not okay mentally. Okay, I'm gonna try to put her down and hopefully he doesn't jump her. All right, we're gonna try to put you down. I'll pick you up if anything happens. Stay over there, you little psycho. Hold on. So that's where we're at. Now she's gonna get a drink. Hey, Bronxy. Go beat up your brother. He's being a psycho. Yeah. You're the dog. You're the oldest boy. Go get him. Go tell him how to be a good dog. Go tell him how to be a good dog, Bronxy. Do it. Get him. Get him. Tell him be a good boy. Tell him be a good boy. Oh, he's gonna get you. He went up and bit Bronxy in the butt. Can you stop being a psycho for like 5 minutes, bro? Just 5. Can I just breathe for 5 minutes? Yes, Audra. So. Hi, baby. Sissy, are you okay, baby? Hi, baby. So I hope everybody else has been getting my good luck, because my good luck has been nowhere to be found. Really? Did you just get your butt handed to you? Did you just get your butt handed to you? I think you did. So, overall, life is better. You know, we found the job. Now it's just a matter of getting him up there, getting him an orientation, and getting him going. I guess I'll feel better when that happens, when orientation is done and everything is done and he's finally in a truck and I don't have to worry about it anymore. To me, it doesn't feel real until the orientation is over with. Hold on. What are you doing? Stop it. Leave the grate alone, dude. Go on. Back up. I'll pick you up and I will not let you down. You want me to pick you up? Are you done being a psycho? Never. So, yes, Ryan Lee TM on YouTube. Please give me a follow. I mean, of course I'm happy. Of course I'm happy he got the job. 1,000% I'm happy that he got the job. But like I said, until he is on his first load, it's not going to feel safe. Does that make sense? Like, he has it and everything should be good. But like, that's not how my brain works. Like, once he's on his first load, then I'll feel a lot safer. Once everything is done and set in complete and utter stone, like, it's set in stone now, but like, I need it to be set in like cement, if that makes sense. So like, I feel good, but like, I'm still paranoid. You know, we haven't had to go through a job change in 8 years. And that really, you know, and before that, it was 15 years ago. He worked at the one job for six or 7 years. And then he worked at this one for 8 years. He worked at the one before that for 3 or 4 years, and the one before that for 3 or 4 years. He's been trucking for 20 years. So, you know, we don't do well with job changes. He's been really good at being, you know, staying at companies and, we only ended up going to this company because he followed the account. He was on that account for 14 years, and 6 years into it, he followed the account, the BMW account, to a new company that won the bid. They won the bid. And he could have followed the account to another company, but he chose to go somewhere else. He'd been wanting to work for this particular company for years. But he ended up, he finally got to where he could do it, and so he wanted to jump on it. So I was fine with that, obviously. Yeah, always like prepare for the worst. I always prepare for the worst, and that's what I've been doing. And that way you're prepared. I just want him to be on that first load and knowing that we're going and that there's going to be a steady paycheck. I mean, having the job and getting your first paycheck to me is like kind of two different things. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best. Absolutely. There's obviously a sense of relief of, him finding something and something that's going to pay the same, hopefully better. There's definitely hope in that. I just want to see it come to fruition completely. We've been going through hell in a handbasket with his job since September, ever since the hurricane, where, we couldn't get down to South Carolina, and he was losing those, and then we lost all this different stuff. I mean, our paycheck was being garnished the $150, and then we were losing $450 by not going to Greer and not having some other type of pay that I don't remember what it was. Oh, he was only working 5 days a week. So he was working 5 days a week, not going to Greer, on top of the garnishments we were getting. I mean, we were losing a total of almost $700 a week, which the $150 isn't taxed. So, but we were losing an asinine amount of money after September, and we were barely getting through. And then I-40 and I-26 opened up, and he was able to start going to Greer like 3 days a week. But then instead of going to Greer like all the time, he would go like 3 days a week, and then they would give him these stupid little shitty runs that instead of giving him decent run, it was shitty, good. And then it just ended up equaling out. So we weren't making anything extra than what we were before. And then it was shut down in December that he managed to work most part of the way through. And then things started looking up in January. Things started looking up in February. And then March hits, and it's, oh, by the way, you're fucked in April. So I am not going to be able to ride along with him again because I have to take care of the animals. There's nobody here to feed them, let them out. Just the dogs alone make it impossible to go anywhere. I mean, the lizards, if you give them enough water, whatever, but the dogs and the goats and the pigs make it impossible to where I can't go with them. So, he's going to be doing kind of the same area than he was before. He was doing Kentucky, he was doing Ohio and Indiana sometimes, and then Kentucky, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina. And now he's going to be doing Kentucky, Tennessee, North Carolina. But instead of Ohio and Indiana and South Carolina, he's going to be doing the Virginias. So he's going to be doing the same-ish area, just a little bit different, which I think is nice to have a little bit different place to look, I guess. There was a couple different jobs that were, out for 2 to 3 weeks at a time, and they were all 48 states. With the exception of New York. They don't make a lot of truck drivers go to New York. That's a owner-op thing, because a lot of truck drivers refuse to go into New York, any of the 5 boroughs, or New Jersey. New Jersey is probably one of the worst to get in a semi-truck, apparently, I've heard. And a lot of people do not want to go to New York. My husband's particular kryptonite is California. He hates California. No, he's going to be home every 6 days. So he'll be on 6 days, off 2 days, on 6 days, off 2 days. Yeah, it's going to be familiar. You know, he's going to have a lot, but he's going to be going different areas. So the areas he's going are going to be different than the areas he was going to before. He's not going to be going to pick up. Oh, wow, that was stupid. He's not going to be going to like BMW plants or BMW manufacturing areas. He's going to be going for a very specific place. Oh, he's laying down. Hallelujah. He has finally tired himself out. Virginia has so much traffic. I don't know where in Virginia he'll be going. So, I couldn't tell you. Like the only time I've ever been to Virginia is if you go through the Cumberland Tunnel, it dumps you onto 58 in Virginia. And the farthest I've ever been was like Jones something. And then I turned around. 58 is like a desolate wasteland where there's like nothing on it. There's like nothing. I think there's like a Dollar General for like 50 miles. It's wild. But I've never been like very far into Virginia. I've never been to West Virginia. When I used to go on the truck with them, I've been all over the East Coast, and I've been to Indiana, Ohio, Tennessee. I went to Kentucky when I lived in Michigan. Tennessee, now North Carolina, South Carolina, and then a whole bunch on the East Coast. I don't even know which ones I went through on the East Coast. It was like Philadelphia. I probably like Delaware, Massachusetts, things like that. I'm not even sure. I think I got stuck in New York for 3 days, but it wasn't New York City. It was Syracuse. We got stuck in Syracuse for 3 days. He got an abscess popped in his tooth. And he had like blood poisoning and he couldn't drive the truck for like 3 days. We thought he had food poisoning until we got home. And he was having a problem with his tooth. So we took him into the dentist and they were like, yeah, you have an abscess and it burst. He could have like went septic, but luckily he didn't. And I was like stuck in Syracuse in a semi truck for 3 days. I was panicking, bro. Panicking. That was on our honeymoon. We got married and immediately went to the East Coast. No. We got married and immediately jumped into a semi truck and hit the East Coast for 10 days. And that was our honeymoon. And I remember the 3 days we were stuck in Syracuse, it was a nightmare because I didn't know what was wrong with him. I was super phobic of puking and he was puking and I didn't know if he had the flu and if I was going to get it. And I didn't want to be puking in a semi truck. I remember we were sleeping. And the next thing I knew, I heard him puking out the door of the semi truck. And I'm just like completely like, what is going on? Thank you, you freaking reek. Jesus criminy, dude. God, you smell awful. Sissy, what are you doing down there? Does he stink? He stinks. He stinks bad. He's laying down now. When he sleeps, he's done. He sleeps, he is like a gas machine. Did I get to see anything? I don't remember 90% of when I went. But I remember Syracuse was really pretty. I remember being at the highest point of I-80 and looking over the semi truck and you like couldn't see the rails. It looked like you were floating through the sky. I remember seeing deer for the first time. I was 23 years old and I lived in Michigan and I had never seen a deer. Not even kidding. I lived in Michigan for 23 years at that point, had never seen a deer. And we were in some state, I want to say Pennsylvania, I could be wrong. And there was a family of deer and I had never seen a deer in 23 years. First time I ever saw a deer. Now, mind you, the other day I was driving from my road to the main road. And it's 1.5 miles long. I saw 11 deer in 3 different places. Just on the way home today, we found 5 deer on our road. I hit a deer around the corner from my house, which is why I have a hole in my car. There was 2 deers trucking it across the road, and I saw the one, and I hit the brakes, and then I hit the second one. And I could walk home from where I hit the deer. It was 1 street from my house. There was a street and then our street. I hit it on this street. Not even kidding. I don't remember. Honestly, I slept a lot in the truck. I get good sleep in a semi truck. I will tell you, the first time you go in a semi truck and you go to lay in one of the beds, you get really, really car sick. I am not a car sick type of girl. And I remember the first time I ever got in a semi truck, I got into the semi truck and I immediately, it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. We were getting ready to leave for the 10 days. I got up in the semi truck, did not give a shit. I knew my husband, it took my husband 3 weeks to be able to sleep in a semi truck without wanting to puke. And I got up there and like, you're a sissy. I got up, I laid in the bed, and I thought I was going to die for the next like 3 hours. Because you're going forward, but you're laying this way. So you're driving like this. And it really fucks with your senses. But then after that, man, I got great sleep in the semi truck. It's something about the way it moves that you fall asleep pretty good. But I slept a lot, a lot of it you don't really get to see a whole lot because you're basically on the interstate. So you don't get to see a lot of the really pretty sights and stuff. Like with my husband, it's frustrating because like I'll tell him that like parts of Kentucky are flooded. And he's like, I go through there. I go through there. I don't see it. And I'm like, number one, you don't go through that part of Kentucky. Number two, you're on like I-75. You're not going to see all this stuff on I-75. He stays, right on the interstates. So he's not going through, crazy stuff. I'm on Ryan Lee TM on YouTube. If you want to go give me a follow, I'd appreciate it. I do all my lives on YouTube and some of them on TikTok. Let's see, what else is there? If you want a tarot reading, get a hold of me on TikTok. They're $15. My birthday's coming up. Brian Lee TM on Venmo and Cash App if you feel so inclined. It's running like 50, 60 degrees this week. It got up to like 85 like a week ago, not even kidding. And we had a freeze warning last night. I got up, I had turned off the air and the heat. And I got up this morning, it was like 65 degrees in my house. So I turned on the heat, right? And it's still really cold. And my friend's like, she's talking about the weather. And I'm like, well, yeah, I just turned the heat on. And I'm like, the heat still isn't on. Oh my God, is my heater broke? I turned on the air conditioning. Really, dude? You freaking I told you it's like 8-minute intervals. As soon as he falls asleep, he's just like ripping them. But yeah, it was I turned on the heat and then everything was fine. But I stupidly turned on the air to begin with, and I couldn't figure out why it was still so cold in here. But I mean, the weather's been okay. We had a tornado warning. My husband's birthday, actually, we had a tornado warning, but it never got close enough to us that the actual like our not they didn't even put the sirens out for where it did happen. But we were okay, like nothing crazy happened. So it takes an hour to get to Syracuse from where you live. Gotcha. So yeah, just keep your fingers crossed that, everything goes good with this new job, that he gets there and he goes through orientation and he gets into the truck and he likes his job and it pays the bills. Like that's where my focus is right now. I mean, I can breathe knowing he has a job, but I can breathe better once it's all just going. You know what I mean? Yeah, switch the heat on. It's going to be 30 tonight. It's going down to like 20 something in the next couple days. So yeah. Yeah, that's all I'm hoping for, is that everything goes the way it's supposed to. With everything being the way it is, I'm just worried there's going to be some weird hiccup, some fuck up, some whatever that's going to, that's what I'm worried about right now. I mean, weirdly, I didn't have a whole lot of pits in my stomach while this was going on. I guess what was really bad for me is I started getting the pits in my stomach, probably the 5th and the 6th. They would come and go. Like, part of me was like, it's going to be okay. But then part of me was like, it's going to be okay, but are we going to get a job that's going to pay the bills? Like, do I think he can get a job? Yeah. Do I know he can get a job that's going to pay the bills? No. Because the biggest problem was for me, which what I was saying before, is, he was getting paid seniority pay. He'd worked his way up in the company. So he was making a decent amount, and then he was making more because he was a senior, this is seniority. And now he's starting low on the totem pole. Like their seniority is not gonna. Yeah, he's been he's been a trucker for 20 years, but that ain't gonna mean anything to his new company. He's low on the totem pole. He's pissing ranks, and that scares me. It scares me that he's a new guy. They're what if they're mean to new guys? What if they're harder on new guys? What if they're stricter on new guys? Like when my husband had really good seniority, we didn't really worry about a whole lot. Like if there was an issue, it really wasn't an issue. But then he always gets paranoid being higher on seniority because he's like, well, they're going to fire me because they don't want to pay me as much. But I feel like there has to be like a happy medium. Like, a couple years in, you're not high on the seniority totem pole, but you're not a newbie anymore. I'm not cool with him being a newbie because I feel like they're going to be watching him harder. Not that it matters. I mean, he's good at his job, but it just makes me super paranoid. So, and I mean, honestly, you can lose a job at any point. Any point in your life, you can just randomly lose a job and it'd be the same difference. It'd be the same difference if you just randomly lost his job. But the whole just getting a new job thing just sucks. I'm sure a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. You've been in a job 4, 5, 10 years and you got to start all over again. And it's frustrating and it's slow and getting used to it and getting a rate pay change and just changing everything that you had to do that you knew before. Like I've never held a job in recent years longer than like 3 months. The longest job, God, Eureka, the longest job that I've ever had was like 1.5 years. And that was before, that was like 20 years ago. And 25 years ago, it was before I was with my husband. I was a fucking kid and I had a job for like 1.5 years. And then that job went bankrupt. So I was going to quit anyway. I think I even quit right before it went bankrupt. It was going bankrupt and I think I quit before that. That was when I started with when I started finding out that everything was happening. So, oh, hi, Tia. Hey, Tia. I'm sorry. I just seen you. I'm sorry. Okay, what are you reading? Did you already leave? What are you reading? If you're still here, what are you reading? I'm reading Sunrise on the Reaping. It's weird because when you have it like set on your phone instead of like on a Kindle or whatever, it's smaller on your phone. So it says that the book is 930 some pages. It's really only like 400 and some. Home is where the bodies are. Oh, that sounds interesting. But it says it's